Now we have known that about the Python for loops and while loops. Now let us see a use of that for loop and while loop. So technically here I will be using the for loop to print some patterns in Python. So pattern means what I want to print. I'll let me just tell. So I want to print a star like pattern. So like this. So a pattern I want to print like this. Fine. So whatever number is there till then I can keep on printing. So how to print this type of pattern, let us see. Now for that I need to tell you something about print statement, then we will be going that what we are going to do. So let me write for I in range. So let's take I in range 3, fine. And here I will write a print statement and I will just print the character star here. Now if I run this program, so what it is doing, it is printing the star but in a vertical manner, fine. Now I want that the star will be printed after this one after another, fine. So what I will do here, I will write by default print. If it runs again, then it takes a new line by default. So now to change that by default and make something print in our way, so here we write something called as end. So why the end is required? So it will understand that I am giving a particular function what to print after the current character or whatever it is printed. So here I will write and I will, let's say I will give some command, let's say 9, fine. Now let us run the program. What it is doing? So it is printing the star, and after that at the end of first print statement it is printing the value 9 here. Okay. So that means whatever I write in the end equals, that means this is a character I am printing. So can I take a integer? So let's check that. Sorry. So can a integer be taken? See, it cannot take a integer here, only it can take a string value at the end. That means I can only specify that what string it can print. So here I can take any string, I can take a letter also. So it will print after the star, it will print a, then next time it will print in the same line. But if I delete this end, what will happen? It will print in the new line, fine. Now with this let us try to create one program. So here I'll write end equals to, and here I'll just give a blank space. I want to just print a space, nothing else. If I run this, now you see it's printing 3 stars in a line. Now let's say the program says you need to print like a square of stars, like 4 by 4 or 5 by 5. If I want to do, then how to do? So let's see, I want to take a size equals to 5. Let's say I want to print a 5 by 5 size square. So here I'll write for I in range. Range is what? Range is size. So here if I take 5, then it will print 4 by 4. If you need 5 as 5, then you need to write size 6 as the size. So inside this, if I just directly write the print statement, it will print only these 3 stars, fine. So I want this star to continue for more 3 times or more 4 times. So what I will do, inside that I will write one more for loop, it's nested for loop. So I will write for j, again same in range, I will just write size here, fine. Inside that I will write my print statement. So here I will write print, I want to print the star here, fine. You can star, you can take any other variable also, a, b, c, d, whatever it is you can take, and then I'll write comma and equals to. So here I'll just give a blank space, I'll just print a blank space here. Now what will happen? Before running the program, let's try to understand what is going to happen here. So for I in range, for the first loop, it will go to the nested loop, that is for j it will go. Now when this particular function is going to be executed, so it will get a print of this, but 4 stars will be there because I have taken the size as 5. Now once this loop is completed, it will go for the new, it will go for the I again, fine. Now when it will come to this particular statement again, so what will happen? Again it will continue in the same line, it will not create a new line. Let's see what is happening. So everything is getting printed on a same line. So what I will do here, out of this loop, I will just write a print statement and I'll leave it blank. That means I don't want to print anything, but the default print statement, what it will do, it will get to a new line there. Now if I run the code, so see here what is happening, it is creating a matrix for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's creating a 5 cross 5 matrix or a 5 cross 5 square for me. How it happened? Because of this print function I have given here, it going to the new line before it comes to the j function again or the j for loop again. So that's how we can print a pattern of a square. Okay, now let us print a triangle here. So for that, again the size will be 5, we'll take the size is 5. So to print the triangle, what we'll do, first we'll print 1 star, then we'll print 2 star, so like this it goes on, fine. So let's how to do this. So here also let's say size I'll take as 5 again. I'll let for I in, because if I need a triangle, so a 5 rows will be there. In that case, I'll take the first loop as for I in range 5. And inside this, what I want to do, for every loop, I want to print a 1 star more. If I use the same program, so here it will happen, it will print all the stars. But here I need that it will just print 1 star for the first time. Next, it will go on printing the other values, fine. So if I write for I in, here I will take j, for j in range, and here I will take I plus 1. So what will happen now, the range is what? So for the first instance, when the for loop will run for the first time, that time the value of I is equals to 0. So here I. So for the first time, the I value is equals to 0, and inside the loop, nested loop, so what will happen for j in range 0 plus 1? 0 plus 1 means what? Now it is, the range is here is 1. So if the range is 1, obviously it will print 1 star only. So I'll write print, and here I'll print the star. So whatever I have written earlier, so I'll just print the same thing here. I just want to print a star here, and then I want to continue with end equals to a blank value I'll give here, fine. Now whenever I value is equals to 1, for initially I value was 0, now when the I value will be equals to 1, so this for loop for j value will be I plus 1, that is 2. Now next time how many stars it will print? It will print 2 stars. So it will go on 1 star, then 2 star, then 3 star, then 4 star, then like this it will go on increase, and it looks like a triangle here. Now the previous concept also I'll use. So what I'll use, the print blank print statement I'll use, so that I can create a new line. So here I'll go to the print and I'll give it. So remember, I am giving the print statement here outside the j for loop, fine. So now if I run this code, it can print a pattern which looks like a isosceles triangle, means a right angle triangle for me. It's a like left aligned, right aligned triangle it can print, fine. So next we will see that how to print the inverted right angle triangle. So here what we have done, so directly we have gone here and printed the right angle triangle. Now if I just want to invert it, so it should look like a inverted structure, then what I can do, so let's see that. Again I'll take here size equals to, let's say 5 here, and here I'll just change something in the for loop. So I'll write I in range. So in bracket I'll write size, but in this case I need the first will be your first there will be blank spaces, and then there will be 1 star. So like this it will go on. So I'll write comma 0 comma minus 1. So let's understand that what it is going to do. So here what will happen, if I write this one, then this size, the size value is 5, and it will reach till the value of 0, and it will decrease by a amount of minus 1. That means it will start from the highest value and it will go towards the 0, fine. Now inside that I'll write one more for loop for j in range. Here I'll just write I, because I is starting from the highest value in this case. Previously the I was starting at 0 in this case. So here when I is starting at the highest value, I just need to print the stars. So I'll just print, so I'll print star, and then end equals to a blank space. So here given a blank space, and to create a new line I'll just write print this will in the new line. Now if I run this code, so it's becoming a inverted star symbol, or the inverted right angle. How it happened, let's see. So first I value is equals to, if I write the means range in this way, then I value will start from 5. Now for j in range I, that means now the value of 5 is value of I is equals to 5 in this case. Now when the value of 5 I is 5, now the print statement will print 5 stars for me, and it will create a new line. When it comes for the next one, so there will be 4 stars only. So 4, 3, 2, 1. So like this it will go on, fine. So next we will see how to print a your pyramid structure, that is most asked question in some of the exams. So it is also the same concept we are going to use here, but the print statement will change a little bit. So let us see. So let's say I want to create a pyramid, so which is of height of 5, then 1 star, then like this, 2 stars, then it will go on like that. Fine. So how to do that? Let's see. First, the size is equals to 5 as usual. Then here for I, so I in range of size. Okay. Now here I'll just need one loop here. So inside that I'll write a print statement. And in the print statement, it is important to understand what I am doing. So first, if I want to print a pyramid, then what I need? So first there will be some blank space, then there will be a star, after that there will be some blank space, right? So to create a blank space, I'll just write like this. Now it is a space for me. And this space, I want to print how many spaces, like 1 space or 2 space, or how many spaces I want to print. So for that, I'll multiply that with the value. Which value I want to multiply? The value is size minus I minus 1. Okay, so here what will happen? Every time the loop comes here, so a space value multiplied by, let's say first time the size value is 5. So it will print 5 minus I, sorry, first value is 0 here. So 5 minus 0 is what? 5 minus 0 is your 5. Now 5 minus 1 is your 4. Okay. So it will print 4 space for me. After that, I will write a plus symbol here. That means I am adding a string to another string here. So here I will print star. Fine. Now after the star is printed, so what I will do? How many times I want to print the star? So I will do a multiplication here, and I want to print the star for 2 into I plus 1. Okay. So now let's run this. So it can print a pyramid for me. So how this is happening? Let's see. So first I will print a space value for 5 times. Now you can see the space is printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 space will be there. After that, it is adding a star, and for how many times the R will be printed? The star will be printed. It will be printed 2 into I. The first time, what is the value of 2? 0. Sorry, what is the value of I? 0. Now 2 into 0 is 0. Then plus 1. Plus 1 means only 1 is there. Fine. So that's how it will print star for only one time here. So if you're not getting, let me just explain how this function works here. So let me take a variable, let's say x equals to a character that is a. Now if I want to print this a for 5 times, so what I can do, I can just write print inside x, I'll write into 5. Now if I print this, it will print the a for 5 times. Fine. Now here I want to, after 5 times, I want to add some more character there. So I'll just add a character there. Plus I am writing. So if I write plus, so 5 times it will print a, then it will print the capital A, that the character I have added. If I want to print a for 5 times also, I will multiply that 5. Okay. So that means if you multiply something with a character, it will, what it will do, it will just print the character for that many number of times. If you use a symbol addition here, it will just add 2 strings together. Now what are the 2 strings here? One string is space, blank space, another string is a star here. Now let us see if in the next loop what will happen. In the next loop, so I in range size, now next time the size becomes, the I value becomes 1 here. Now size is 5, so 5 minus I is 4 here. So 4 minus 1 is 3 here. Now 3 space will be printed, and after that it will add a star. For how many time it will print the star? It will print the star for 2 into I. That means 2 into I is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Now it will print 3 stars for me, right? So like this, how many rows will be there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There will be 5 rows in this case. So here what happened? Whatever size I give, if I give here 10 also, then it will print a pyramid which is of 10 rows. Fine. That's how this pyramid printing will work. Next we will see that how to print a diamond structure here. Diamond structure, how I can print? I have just printed we have just printed a pyramid here. If I can just invert the pyramid for one more time, then the opposite of the pyramid, then I can create a diamond structure here. So for that what I need, so this particular part to print a pyramid is same, so I'll just copy paste it. Fine, now the pyramid is ready. Now what I'll do, I'll write a one more for loop to print the inverse of that. So for that I'll write for, again I am writing for I in range, because if one for loop has completed its task, then there is no use of I can use the I variable again. So here I'll write for I in range. So here I will change something in the size. So I'll write size -2. Why are -2? Because the last it will print, it will be the value that it only takes one space, then it will print the stars there. Fine. So size -2, then here I'll write -1, then here I'll write -1. So why this -1 is required? So that means size value means it will give you integer. If you have taken 10, so let's take 5 here. So if I take 5, then 5 minus 2 is 3, and this 1 says that it will continue till the value is -1, and it will decrease by a value of 1. So from 3 it will go till 2, 1, 0, -1. So like this it will go on. Fine. So in this for loop, what I am going to print, so same thing. So I'll just print, first I'll print a blank space. Okay, how many times I will print the blank space? So into blank space, how many times I will print? In the bracket I'll write size minus I minus 1. So here I am going in the reverse way, it's starting from the highest value and going to the lowest value. That's what I have done in the earlier program also, where we have done that. So here we have done that also. If I want to print in reverse way, then this is how I should go. So here size -1, then I will add a plus here. I want to print the star here, so I will print the star. And how many times I will print the star? So it will also the same way that I have printed the initial pyramid. So here I will write into, the same thing I am going to print here. So 2 into I plus 1. Okay. So what it will do, now it will print a statement for me where it will print the space for this many number of times. So here I am taking the size value less than 2 values here. Instead of taking 5, I am taking the size value as 3. Okay. Now if I run this code, so see it is now printing a pyramid for me. How it is printing? So when this part is done by this particular function. Okay, this has done its job. Next what will happen for I in range 3? So 3, and it will start from 3, first value is size value is 3, so 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is your 2, 2 minus 1 is, sorry, 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, so it will give only one space. So here I can see only one space is there here. After the one space it is printing the star. For how many times? Simply whatever the value is there, that many times it is going to print the star here. So it can create a pyramid here. So when you have to print any kind of pattern like this, first you think that what you need to print, and then accordingly we can write a my print statement. So if we need to print a pattern, so in the blank spaces I need to print the space value there. Fine. So a blank space means a white space character also it is called. We can print that for as many as number of times I want. So if I change this size value as let's say 10, then I can see a bigger pyramid here. So like this you can print a diamonds like structure in your Python program. So with this I will end the video here. I hope it is helpful that how you can print different patterns in your Python.